Hi guys, it's James here from Clinical Selection in what will hopefully be the first of several videos with general tips, advice, things that come up again and again when I'm speaking with candidates. People quite often ask a lot of the same questions. So what I want to do is put together some really basic stuff. A lot of you will already know this, but it doesn't hurt to refresh. So I'm going to tackle three things that I get asked on almost daily basis with regards specifically to interviews within medical device sales, but a lot of this stuff actually applies very broadly to everyone. So thing number one, I think about it all the time, is about what to wear to interviews. Now, I've always been very traditional with this. I think you can't go wrong if you're male with, a good suit. And one thing I would say that as well is a question that I do get asked a lot of the time is with regards to wearing ties for interviews. Now, this is an interesting one for people working in healthcare specifically because, as most of you will know, ties are potentially an infection risk within a hospital environment. That can apply also within sort of R&D laboratories, particularly if you've got things like cadaver labs on site with some of the big manufacturers. You may be asked to remove a tie at certain parts of the building. Now, what I would say with this is, uh, if you wear a tie to an interview, you can always take it off, especially if someone's going to take you into an environment which is sterile, where that is going to be viewed as some sort of an infection risk. It's no problem at all to take your tie off. What you can't do if you've not brought one with you is put it on. So I would always say, yes, there is the infection element. And I know that particularly in a hospital environment, if you're something like healthcare services, a lot of you will not wear one at any point during your day-to-day job, and that's fine. But I would always say own and wear one tie for your interviews at least. Now, the second thing that people ask me is, what should I actually bring with me to an interview? So, what I would say with this is, first and foremost, bring a hard copy of your CV. Yes, the person interviewing you will have seen it, will have read it. Okay, they will have a copy. 99% of the time, they will have brought a hard copy of it. The advantage of you bringing your own hard copy, and I would always take a few extras just in case, because things do, go wrong with printers, etc., internally for the people that are interviewing you. The advantage of you having a hard copy in front of you is that quite often hiring managers will go through your CV in order top to bottom. Now, you may know absolutely everything that's on there, but you may have forgotten the order you've put things down, particularly if you've bullet pointed things like key achievements. It helps you to get ahead of the game slightly if you can follow the direct order that they're going to go through things in. Now, the third thing that I would say with interviews, and this is something which I always ask candidates afterwards, and quite often even the best salespeople will just forget because it is, if you've worked for a company for 7 or 8 years, you may not have interviewed for quite a long time. Suddenly it comes around to it, and a lot of the stuff that you would perhaps do with a sale, you forget to do in an interview, and that is closing the interview. How do you do that? What should you ask? Now, my favorite way to close interviews is always to, thank the person for their time first of all. Then, ask the question, when should I expect to hear back from you? Do you have any initial concerns at this point? Is there anything that I can talk to you about now which may at the minute be, a concern to you, something which may prevent you bringing me back for a further interview or offering me the job? Don't be shy to close down hiring managers. It may be that they say, sorry, we'll get back to you when we get back to you. We haven't made any firm decisions yet. We don't know what we're going to be doing for the next stages. And that's absolutely fine. I can guarantee you will not be the only person in that interview situation to try and close that hiring manager. And all you're doing at the end of the day is demonstrating good sales practice. So I wouldn't worry at all about being, reasonably assertive. Obviously, don't be pushy, don't be rude. I'm sure none of you would be anyway, but don't be afraid to be assertive and ask to kind of close that exactly like you would with a sales meeting. So that's three very, very quick points that cover some things that come up again and again with pretty much all candidates. And yes, I appreciate a lot of that is pretty common sense to a lot of you. As I say, it never hurts to refresh, go over the basics. It takes a few minutes to just remind yourself of these things, and actually, it could be the thing that makes the difference between you and another candidate. So, thanks for watching, guys. Contact details will be in the post on LinkedIn. If you do have any other questions about good interview practice, we're always here at the end of the phone. I'll include some contact details on there so you can call me if you have any further questions at all. and hopefully I will be catching up with you guys in another video very soon.